Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And ThorZaIN is, if our mathematics are correct, now guaranteed to go through.
Yeah, and now it just comes down to who goes through as first and second place.
Yep.
ThorZaIN, Stephano. I'm trying to think back to my predictions for this group. I think it was Stephano and ThorZaIN. I can't remember. I mean, everyone else can go back and listen to the audio, but
I'm fairly sure, like you said, the whole thing was a toss-up, really. It was hard to... I think you said Stephano first, but then you weren't sure about second. I think you said between ThorZaIN and Dark Force. I don't know. I can't really recall, but
I think I said Dark Force, actually.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. Well,
anyway,
all I can say is Dark Force has done extremely well from this tournament. Apparently, his tips are now above $700 plus the 100 participation.
Comes out last place.
He's beaten TLO. He has beat. You know, remember TLO had the record for tips. He's beaten that.
That's crazy.
It's great.
Crazy. It's $700. It's so much money.
People are so generous. What can we say?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
There you go. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Millennium Stephano. He is in the pink trunks playing Zerg to the south of this, the Antigua Shipyard. Certainly one of his favorite maps. Versus his opponent, Mousesports ThorZaIN. He is in the baby blue, and he is playing Terran to the north.
And ThorZaIN. This is a nice map for ThorZaIN. It is, like we said...
We've seen some good games from ThorZaIN on this, especially against Zerg, actually. Remember DreamHack Valencia?
Yeah.
Against Dongwegu? That was good.
Yeah. Crazy, crazy. Back then, it was Top Zerg USA.
I love it. I love it.
Back then, there was a goal base then, I think. Look at that. I know that. I'm Swedish now.
Yes, it was a goal base. It was the latter version there.
Ekloof.
Ekloof? Is it Ekloof?
No, I actually have no idea.
He's okay.
I have no idea. I don't know what the double dots mean or say.
ThorZaIN's very chilled out about that. It's like Soke, for instance. Like I think his proper pronunciation is Zoka.
I
believe
think so
that.
too.
And Soke doesn't care. He's like Soke. I'm okay with that. Soki.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes Soki. I think if we called him Soki, you might get upset. But aside from that, like Soke is the most chilled out guy. But if you're going to have a name that can be pronounced in a variety of different ways, then take pride in that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. What is ThorZaIN doing? Same build, 15 gas.
Yep.
And yeah, so this is a very defensive map, as I was saying, because it is easy to take a third base. It's just make sure you defend it, and you should be in good position, really.
Yep.
Easy thing to do to defend your third base as Terran here is tanks on the higher ground. 2 tanks right next to destructible debris on that third base. You're good all day. You're going to hold that the destructible debris against links. You may lose it to roaches, but that's why you build some walls as well. But yeah, we'll see how this goes down. Stephano, on the other hand, he does like his layer play. And he likes his hive play, apparently, according to that last game, but I don't think that'll work so well this time around.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen him go for earlier than usual Ultralisks, but as I said, the strategy was far too reliant on ThorZaIN being passive, and sometimes that might be a decent gamble to take, but ThorZaIN also denied the third incredibly well. He really did. He controlled his Hellions perfectly.
That's kind of why he went hive, I think.
Yeah,
just
that's
because
exactly
of
why.
that. So
yeah.
Anyway, we do have the command center on the low ground. Factory going to be on the higher ground, and Stephano's just going to mine up 200 gas and then probably just take it out. He can play Museless very well, he just doesn't do it that often. He prefers the Ling, Roach, Heavy, Infestor style, and then over into Ultra Broods, depending on what the composition, how far ahead he is.
Exactly what he's up against, yeah.
And that's a pretty good style, though I think, excuse me, I think he should be able to beat ThorZaIN, but if he does something like Fast Hive again, then, you know, ThorZaIN can just grab the game with both hands and say, I want that first place.
I don't know if he will on this map, honestly. I feel it's easier to take a third on Antigua than it is on Shakuras, so I don't think we're going to see that from him again, honestly. And ThorZaIN will, needless to say, try and deny that, but it's harder. It's harder to deny. I mean, you refer to this base as pocket, and there's a reason for that, because of just... If you just look at the distance between the two ramps, it's barely there. It's not even a screen away.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider there. But we'll see. We'll see what he decides to do. Stephano's certainly not going to throw away the games. Stephano will just go to win any game possible. And he doesn't really care. He knows he's through, but that doesn't matter to him.
It's a pretty fast layer, too, by Stephano.
It is. It is
really
very
fast
much so.
layer. And this is not his usual style.
No.
So if he's going to rush to layer, you know, that opens up Spire and Infestors really, really fast. And yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to follow that. He can do both. It's, you know, Stephano's not that predictable on what he does do mid-game. Now, if this is Idra right now, it's like, all right, well, he's going Spire. But Stephano is a little bit different.
It could still be Spire. There's nothing stopping him from doing it.
Yeah, no, it definitely could be, but it could be infestors just as much. So we'll see.
Yep, he's picked up 4 gas right there, which is not indicative of anything other than he wants tech and is probably not going pure rogue.
Yeah, it's probably Spire. It's just the best way to deal with this Hellion rubbish outside your base. Because as soon as you do that, you can like take your 3rd and take a 4th really fast as well. And he has just enough gas now to build a Spire, so I expect that to be coming down. Where are you going to put it, Stephano? There it is.
Yep.
Okay, so it's on the natural, so he's just going to go straight for Mutalisk. Let's have a look at his drone count. Currently at 46. He'll probably just drone a little bit more just so he can basically hit saturation on both bases, which is about 50 drones. And then he'll start building a macro hatch, lings, mutas. But these Hellions could actually go in and do a lot of damage because Stephano is cutting corners right now.
Yes, he is, and I have to wonder if he'll try to do that. There's not a second queen there, for instance. There are a few lings there to be a bit of a pain, but yeah, the Hellions could slip in. But ThorZaIN, not really huge into Hellion harassment, not really huge into Hellions in general. He builds the Hellions, and in his mind he thinks, I've built these Hellions to provoke a certain response, or indeed to prevent a certain action. And what I'm doing beyond that, well, that's not really something to consider, because if he screws the harassment up and he loses that, then Stephano's free to take a 3rd.
Exactly. And the Spire is very close to finish. He can build 7 mutas straight away, depending on if he wants to go +1. He can go +1. I prefer to go +1 straight away. I don't really find the value in an extra Mutalisk over +1. You know, it's very difficult to find that value there. Then he actually just builds 8 mutas, so I guess he'll go +1 now. It's a little bit, unless he doesn't want to stay. Yeah, there it is.
That's +1. Yeah.
So the Bailey Nest comes down as well, and that's obviously great against Marines. Fantastically good against Marines, by the way. He doesn't want to get.
That's a wonderful revelation there.
Doesn't want to get bailing speed too fast though, because that's almost 2 mutas taken away.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of gas to be spending it. I feel that if you go for Baneling speed, you go for it for a specific reason, and you don't just randomly build Baneling speed.
Anybody in lower leagues, by the way, build Baneling speed straight away. You actually need it really fast.
Yeah, you do.
Because you don't need that 150 gas, so get it really fast. And Stephano's in lower leagues too, so he's going to get it really fast too, just like you guys. So.
He's going to beat the crap out of you when he hears that, you know that.
It's a safer option. It's a safer option, basically.
Yeah, and here come the mutas, and Stephano's going to do a little bit of harassment here, and then
he's going to get combat shields if he. Oh, I guess SCVs is more important.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose. There's the stim right there, and ThorZaIN gunning down as many mutas as possible, which is a grand total of
There's only 3 Marines, 2 Marines.
That's
yeah, okay.
He could do that, but
there's no. They do have stim, but they just don't want to use it. There we go.
1 muta out of the way and tries to focus down a second one. Is not able to do it. And yeah, that's a really great bit of harassment. And I think that's caught ThorZaIN completely off guard because, like, wait a minute, this is not what Stephano usually does.
Yeah, there's no turrets, there's nothing. He wasn't really expecting that. So
no, evidently not. And that is the problem with making assumptions, folks. They are the mother of all screw-ups.
But now the mutas are a little bit stuck.
Yeah,
they can't get out, but they find a little hole right through the middle.
It's like, is Stephano used to using Mutalisks? I don't know, but no, he finds a way out. He's okay. And
I wonder if he's going to stay on mutas. He's got a lot of gas. He can build like 7 more. Or
well,
he
he's
could
got Baneling speed coming, so I don't know.
Be careful.
He'll be all right.
The way he's controlling mutas, it looks like he doesn't want to conserve them. So I doubt he wants to continue with them. But why get +1? He just has to control them a little bit better because he's obviously done a lot of damage,
so he's going to continue with
hits. Yeah. That's good. Meanwhile, he definitely needs to get that 3rd base saturated now. Let's have a look at his drone count. 62. Start building more drones now. Get that 3rd base up. Get the gases there as well, because you can see he desperately needs gases. And yeah, everything's looking really good now right now for Stephano. Meanwhile, from ThorZaIN's, if you look from his perspective, it's going okay for him too. He didn't lose that much. He's at 65 SCVs, which is obviously fantastic. 3 orbital commands as well. He's in a great position. A little bit of supply, but that's obviously a little bit bad.
Yeah, prefer not to have that happen.
But aside from that, it's not too bad either.
Yeah,
so yeah, 50-50 so far, really.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's got 3 bases. Again, he's well saturated. Tons of mules. The question is, does he have the macro necessarily to spend it? I mean, he's got a lot of money coming in right now. And yeah, Terran have a tendency to spike because of mule drops. But what you want is to try and, of course, have enough production facilities to deal with that. Right now, he really doesn't. I mean, his barracks count is not that high for 3 bases, really.
Exactly. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barracks right now. That's kind of low for 3 base. He can have. You can see his money's high. That's why. He's trying to get upgrades in armory. Probably want to add in a Thor to kind of stop this muleless harassment inside his main. But definitely should be adding on. Okay, add a 4th base as well. That's one way to get rid of money. But definitely more production facilities, more barracks. Definitely very low at this current point in time. Meanwhile, Stephano should be taking a 4th soon. His upgrades are okay. 1-0, currently working on 1-1 for his Lings, 2-0 coming for Mutas. So not too bad, not too bad.
He's okay.
It's okay. Fourth base does go, or is down for Stephano on the bottom left. And basically
Fifth?
what...
Yep. He's got a fifth.
Yeah, fifth base, okay,
Yep.
fourth up the right, yeah. So basically what ThorZaIN needs to do now is just make sure his main base is defended, maybe leave a Thor in there, and then basically take the center of the map. And once you take the center of the map, you can take the Zelnaga Tower, and then you can start to drop all over the place. Even if mutas are out, you can still drop. But that's something ThorZaIN just hasn't been doing at all in this tournament, is dropping at all.
Yeah, that's quite curious, honestly. It's not his style, really. He doesn't drop that much, but it's always useful to have that in your arsenal. Ooh, that wasn't exactly great as far as I'm concerned. Stephano throwing away a couple of mutas there in that engagement. He's going for +2 flyer, though. It's nice to go for that because the infestation bit's on his way, so I expect to see Hive Tip following and then transition through into Broodlord Infester, and that +2 flyer will put him in good stead for that as well. And he's got +2 melee, so he's definitely going Broodlord.
Basically, Stephano does not want to give this fourth base to ThorZaIN. You can't give him these extra gases, because then his upgrades is just going to... He can just basically upgrade straight away. He can add in whatever he wants in terms of factory tanks and Thors. You don't want him to be able to do that, and especially the gas for the ghosts and so on. So he's going to try and deny it as much as possible right now. May even look for a huge attack soon as ThorZaIN crawls towards that fourth base.
Well, Stephano is pretty much maxed out, and he's got more Lings coming in, so I think now's a good time to do that. Build as many Lings as he can. He's got reasonable upgrades. He can throw himself at his opponent, do some damage, deny a base maybe, and then he can free up some... Oh my, whoa, that's 52 Banelings. Okay, I guess he didn't want to keep hold of that gas at all then.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, he can. Well, the thing is, he's on 5 bases. He's mining gas almost from 5 bases now. In a few seconds, he will be. That's a lot of gas income. You know, you as a Zerg player, you should be content with having 4 bases giving you gas. With 5, that's even better. So he may even just snipe the command center, you know, straight away, or maybe just run. But that's a little bit risky to run into all these tanks.
Yeah, that seems unbelievably inefficient.
But
and
try to target 552 Banelings with only a handful of tanks spread out across everywhere, so...
It's going to be pretty tricky. Nigh on impossible, in fact. And a few Marines are running in this direction to try and deny creep spread, but they don't really do so all that effectively, and are now actually out of position on that defensive line. ThorZaIN staggered his tanks perfectly to deal with this, but let's see, can he deal with that many Banelings? There's so many Banelings! And that defensive line has been smashed. How good is the splitting right here?
Wow, mutas are going to clean up all the tanks now as the Marines are dead.
Yep, they're dead.
The medivacs are dead as well, and everything's dead.
They are ex-medivacs. They have ceased to be. And you know what? That was mostly just Ling and Baneling.
I would love to see Ultras right now. Absolutely love Ultras. But he's gone for a second spy. The reason I'd love to see Ultras is because there's absolutely no way that we can see more orders or even Ghosts come out right now. Yeah. Because he's just stunted that fourth base. Which is really, really good. So 7 Corruptors are coming though, so we're going to have Broodlords. Broodlords are fine as well, but Ultras would have been my preferred choice. But remember the old saying, when you get ahead, build Ultras and die. Well,
yeah, pretty much. Just, you know, you build Ultras if you're ahead and you want to lose. But the thing is, that doesn't apply to Stephano. Stephano's beaten major Codes players by using Ultralisk, so you know you don't argue with Stephano's ZVT in that respect.
Just built 10 drones, so I guess we're going to see a bunch of spines being thrown down now to kind of fortify this area. I guess he should be doing soon, but meanwhile, Muta's into the main base, but can't really do that much. They do see the Ghost Academy, so they're anticipating Ghosts coming out soon. And a nice little drop to the left-hand side now. Going to sprint up. May even be able to take that hatch down if it focuses with every single one.
Potentially, yeah. I think he's probably more interested in drones, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. He's going to get surrounded here. And the quick pickup, and ThorZaIN rescues everything he possibly can. Into the main he goes.
Infestation pit, spawning pool, big targets. Oh, the Infestor spot right at the right time.
Yep, and that's a nasty little fungal right there, but he can't follow it up. He doesn't have enough to finish it, but it's all right. There we go. The second Infestor popped up, and that is most of them dead. There are 4 Marines still alive, actually, so he's going to have to bring the Lings in one way or the other.
Marines at the north side as well, though, can't really achieve anything here. I think even these mutas might beat them. With the spines, definitely.
Yeah, possibly, certainly. Yeah, we're deploying the spine right now. In come the mutas, but Stim Marines with +2 are quite unpleasant, especially when you have no carapace. And
very good target firing with the Marines, by the way.
Fantastic.
Look at that.
Yeah, he kills every muta. What a trade. 8 Marines for like 6 Mutalisks. It's brilliant.
And another drop at the south side by ThorZaIN, really putting a little pressure now. Finally starting to drop in this tournament.
Yeah, you know what? And it works, funnily enough. You know, he's good at it. He just doesn't do it all out.
That's what happens. When you have the middle of the map, you have the Zalnoga Tower, which Zerg obviously doesn't. He doesn't know where the drops are coming from. Are they going to be on the left? Are they going to be on the right? So it's actually kind of hard to defend them. So obviously, guys, that's another learning tip. Hold the Zalnoga Tower, then drop. But no, right now you have to deal with Broodlords, which may be a little bit difficult. How many ghosts do we have? We have, oh no, he's actually going to be fine at the moment. 7 ghosts and 6 Vikings is more than enough to handle these few Broodlords. And once again, we have to see Stephano or a Zerg player outplay ThorZaIN late game. And that's very difficult because he's so good at it.
Yeah, he really, really is. Stephano's not being able to shut him down in time, and while Stephano does have a fantastic economy, without question, actually his economy is getting to the point of being a little bit big, and I think he realizes that. He's now sinking a bunch of drones into spine crawlers because he had 93 drones. He needs the supply. He needs more Broodlords.
Yeah. And another drop in the bottom left, well not drop, just sprinting units right to the back of the mineral line so spine crawlers can't hit them. Target fire drones, excellent.
Excellent, he's cleaning up some supply for Stephano, that's very polite.
Yeah, he's there 86 drones, I guess he doesn't need all of them. Yeah. Meanwhile, slowly but surely the Spoon builds up his 200 army. The upgrades though, that's what 5 base gases does, plus 3 armor, plus 3 attack, plus 3 attack for the air, plus 1 carapace for the air. So a lot of decent upgrades compared to ThorZaIN, none at the moment. But ThorZaIN has to expand, so he throws down 2 more command centers. He'll expand probably to the 1 o'clock base and also the 4, not 4, sorry, that's Stephano's base. I mean the
he probably will try
8 o'clock base. Or, but look at that, immediately Broodlord dead.
Sniped. Just sniping is a wonderful thing. Thank God that
ThorZaIN late game, man.
Yeah, it took a while for Terran to discover that sniping was the thing against Broodlords. And Broodlords used to be the Terran killer. They used to slaughter everything, but now people have figured it out, and that's how the metagame is currently shifted to the point where, hey, snipe's really, really good.
Big double drop coming from ThorZaIN at the top right now. Double medivacs full of what the Marines upgrades. They are 3-2.
That means that's 1 dead hatchery very fast.
Yeah, that's going to be a dead hatch. There's going to be 2 dead hatches soon, I think, because the mobility of the army is very low right now. There's not that many lings, and he's probably just going to go all the way around the back. Yeah, and he's going to plant right into those 3 spines, and it doesn't matter with 2 medivacs. 3 spines are dead. Hatchery is dead as well. Very, very good drop here by ThorZaIN, and it's not picked up at all by Stephano. Yeah,
I was about to say I want to see more banelings from Stephano because it's very, very sensible based on what he's going up against, and now we're getting it.
Oh, what, he's gone all the way down?
That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
That gives it a little bit of extra time to...
the Corruptors can get there and Broodlords maybe, but
well, hell, actually, ThorZaIN could just stim in there and kill the hatch. It doesn't even matter about the spines.
Kill the hatch. No. Don't kill the Corruptors.
Yeah, I'm not liking this killer. Yeah, he's going crazy. He's going crazy. Get it. I think it might be too late now. I don't know. That's not a lot of lings, but they are heavily upgraded.
Yeah,
that was a missed opportunity. Definitely.
Definitely could have killed the hatch then. He killed an extractor and 1 corruptor and a few lings.
That doesn't matter.
9 more broods being morphed. Wow. Meanwhile, we did have a drop and a kill of a hatchery in the bottom left by ThorZaIN.
Yep.
As you can see, the creep is left over, and we do have a few more Marines left, but he's doing a very good job of just kind of containing the extra expansions of Zerg. Soon, they're going to be mined out, the ones he does have, so ThorZaIN's making sure he can't take any others. Yep. And he's doing well because ThorZaIN's banking up a lot of money right now. And let's have a look around. Yeah. ThorZaIN's looking in really good shape right now.
So Stephano.
But the Stephano army is getting pretty beefy, man. Look at this. So many Broodlords now. Infestors.
And Banelings as well.
Banelings, everything.
It's a nasty little mix, isn't it? A little Marine run-by is very easily cleaned up by these guys who don't actually have adrenal glands yet, but doesn't really matter roll that much. They can still slaughter them with the 3-3 upgrades. 3-3 is also about to finish now for ThorZaIN, so they're pretty much matched up in that respect. 3 more ghosts for ThorZaIN. It takes it up to a grand total of 20.
Wow. I
still want to see a nuke from ThorZaIN at some point, especially against Broodlords. It's such a good idea because they can very easily drift into range of it, or by the time that he realizes, horrible things occur.
Very good snipe. 1 Broodlord for 1 ghost. Oh, 2 Broodlords for 2 ghosts.
Yep, 3 Broodlords. This is actually proving to be a little bit unpleasant. The infested Terran wall is causing problems as well. And
here comes oh my God, Stephano.
The big engagement right now, and as he said, filtering his way in there. ThorZaIN takes a pounding, so does Stephano. The Broodlords take a lot of losses in the process.
Indeed they do, but that was really, a little bit sloppy for Stephano to attack there. Right up the ramp, filtering all his units, EMP and tanks.
Definitely not ideal.
A lot of damage been dealt there.
Yeah, he's forced to pull back. He can easily remax, but then again, so can ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN's banked up a lot of resources in order to make that happen. More ghosts on the way. He did lose at least 7 in that engagement, which wasn't so good, but Stephano also lost about 7 Broodlords. So, yeah, that was unwise. I don't know why Stephano actually didn't bring the Banelings in. If he's going to attack into a filter, at least attack with the Banelings.
Well, at least there's no tanks left, but against Ghost, Thor, Marine, you don't really need tanks because the Ghost is going to do too much damage. Yeah, and Broodlings kind of hurt. The tanks kind of hurt themselves anyway. Yeah,
pretty much. And here we go. Once again, a push to the center. Stephano's pretty much almost maxed out again. ThorZaIN is building 3 more tanks and getting the upgrades as well, going for this engagement. At least he now holds the high ground, so he's got a little bit of an edge in that regard. And ThorZaIN's Viking easily shot down. And the question is, will ThorZaIN be able to get in there and do good damage? Not at the moment.
Stephano has a lot of money banked up now, though. 2,500, 1,500 as well. Gas. It's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And he's now taken a new base, and the top right has been taken. The center base has been taken, so he's going to be able to continue with that. ThorZaIN has to keep dropping these expansions. He's stopped doing it now, and now Stephano is starting to get an edge in the game again because he's starting to able to mine from all these bases.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want right there. And the Vikings once again shot down very, very easily. The Corruptors are proving an impenetrable fortress right there for the Broodlords. And ThorZaIN, that is not a nice place to fight up. He knows it. He's putting down as many snipes as he can, but it's sniping Corruptors. Corruptors are so tough.
And there comes a drop, but there's too many spines here, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to happen. Not with a single drop. He's going to need more than that. The spines all over the place. They're extremely well defended right there. He's saying, you know what? If you get a planetary fortress, then I get to have 5,000 spines right here. More sniping going off, but they were uncloaked, and he lost a lot of ghosts in the process, even to his own shelling from the Broodlings and the siege tanks right there.
Wow, 9 Broodlords in the center of the map.
Wow.
Stephano. Yeah, doesn't care.
No, he's grinding ThorZaIN down here, and ThorZaIN's taking a huge amount of damage, and he's having difficulty replenishing that. He's still mining from that base at the top there, and he's got his middle base, but he can't mine from it safely.
And the spoon is getting bent backwards at the moment.
It is somewhat,
for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And more Broodlords about to morph, and when they morph, remember, look at the Viking upgrades, only at 1-0, about to be 2-0. The Corruptors are about to be 3-3. Oh, good EMP.
Yeah, the EMP was...
what a big fungal.
It was a big fungal, yes, absolutely, but... Oh, that is actually really unpleasant. ThorZaIN just got battered there. Lost
200 supplies still for Stephano, 15 more Corruptors coming.
Yeah, this is
everywhere.
A slow grinding style, actually. Very much reminiscent of Biggs from Mouse Sports here. And you know what? It's working incredibly well. Stephano is grinding ThorZaIN into a paste. He cannot hold against firepower of that magnitude. You know that new unit they're getting in Heart of the Swarm Host?
Yep.
This is that, but flying.
Yes. This is really brutal right now.
It is, yeah. This is hard to watch. And that is the GG, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I guess Fork beats Spoon.
Stephano grinds him down in the center, and very nicely done there. Good macro from Stephano as well. Yeah, plenty of bases. Well defended against the majority of drops. Some were effective, some not so much.
And that takes us to a 3rd game of this best of 3 series, as they are now tied up 1-1.
That's what everyone wanted, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, definitely.
We've just passed 30,000 concurrent viewers, so thank you very much for that.
Hello, everybody.
Greetings.
And the final map's going to be on Daybreak, because it's the last map remaining, so... And it's a pretty slow map as well, so this actually could be another drawn-out series by both these players.
Yep. We're currently just over an hour behind schedule, but that's kind of to be expected. We will go to a very quick ad break, and then we'll be back with Game 3 of... This is the final game of this group, and then we'll be moving on to our next group today. Lots of StarCraft action coming for you, folks. Don't go anywhere.